In this next video I'm going to talk to you about the view range. The view range sets the locations of cut planes and view depths in plans and also in reflective ceiling plans. Now, you're probably wondering what I'm on about. Well, in this plan view here, when we create a floor plan using this floor plan creation here or reflective ceiling plan, it sets up a floor plan like this, and we can see everything that we want to see, but it doesn't necessarily show everything we want to see. In this instance, we're looking at this ductwork, which is technically above the ceiling. So for us to be able to see this above the ceiling, we need to set our range. What I mean by that is, if we look at this cross section here, you can see that the ground floor here, floor 1, is at 0, and yet the first floor, floor 2, is at 4 meters, 4,000 millimeters, 4 meters above. Here's our ductwork, and we would have a ceiling typically roughly around about here at 2.7 meters. So our ductwork's above the ceiling. Now, this range in this plan view needs to stretch from the floor right the way up to above our ductwork. If we go into the view, this particular plan view, and look in our properties to here to refine view range, and we click on the edit, it brings up this box here. This is the controls of what we're looking at in this plan view here. So in this section here, we'll use this to explain. So currently what we've got is we've got the view range set at the bottom, floor 1, 0, floor 1, 0. If we were to change this bottom to be 100 mil, what that means is that we would have our bottom of our view range to be set at 100 mil here. So if there's anything on the floor within that first 100 mil, we're not going to see it, because we're telling it to start from 100 mil above floor 1. The top is at 4,000, which is floor 2 in this instance. So we can have that set at 3.9 if we wanted to. It just means that we'll only be able to look up to 3.9 or 3,900 from the floor 0, floor 1 at 0 up to 3.9. So if our duct is here, if we set this to 2.7, we can leave that at 100. No, let's change it back to 0 again. So if we set this to 2.7 and click on apply, don't forget this is associated with this plan view at the moment. You can see that we no longer see our ductwork, because we're telling it that we only want to see to a point that's approximately around here. This cut plane, this item here is effectively, if you can imagine yourself, because we're in a floor plan, we're looking down at the ground level. So we're effectively looking at this underlay, as we're calling it, the background, whether it be have furniture in there such as desks or carpentry in the kitchen areas or anything like this. We're effectively telling ourselves that we're lying face down at 1200 mil from floor 1, 0 here, and we're looking down to see the content of the walls and the doors and windows, etc., and any furniture there may be, but we're able to see behind us all the way up to 2.7. So to see the ductwork back again, we need to change that back to above the ductwork. So even at 3.5 we should be able to see some ductwork, and we do. So That's our range on here. Now if we're looking at a reflective ceiling plan such as this one here, we're lying on our back looking up at the ceiling. It works in the opposite way. Now a good way to describe this is to look at a document. This one here, I put this document in this week's course right at the bottom, so feel free to copy this, download it, keep it, because you will need to refer to this every time you need to set or amend or change the view range of your floor plans and ceiling plans. Even today, experienced Revit drafters still get this wrong. This is a brief explanation, or the best explanation that I can find, on how it describes what we're looking at. So this top part for the floor plan, let me see if we can get this bigger. For the floor plan here, it shows you, this is a good way to describe it. This is what we're looking at, and it tells you what are the main key factors that we're associated with. And then if we scroll down to the bottom, we're looking at anything to do with the ceiling plan, and this represents our eye looking up, and that one's our eye looking down. So you can get a copy of that, and make sure you keep that somewhere safe, because you will need to refer it throughout your Revit drafting time, anywhere in the future or anywhere. So yeah, just keep a note on that. But that's the best way to describe how to use this view range.